Good morning.
What are we doing today, Becky?
Today we are going to a VR ninja experience.
We're gonna learn how to be ninjas today.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, after that we're gonna maybe, if there's time in between these two things, we're gonna go to the Imperial Palace. Then we have our Kabuki Theater show in the evening. And then after that we are going to go see Tokyo Tower.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting because I've brought a dress to change into.
Yeah.
That's just stuffed into my bag.
Same.
So, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yep. Alright, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, so okay, next. Okay, make a ninja pose. Okay, here we go. Bye!
Nice! Oh yeah!
Okay, here we go. Bye!
Yeah, sure! Okay, and lower your hips down. Okay, now we sit down. Here we go! Yeah! Sing together! You do that! Sing together, okay? One more time. Yeah! Go!
Becky is going.
Yes, good. See, I missed yes, good. Look up. Hey, how are you?
Go, Becky!
Say hello to the monsters. Let's go. You should get fast. You're gonna be good. Yes, good. Yes, good.
Here we go.
Look to the sky. Here comes you friend.
Throw, yeah.
Just say it.
Okay.
Okay, good.
One at the top. Right.
Ah, guys. Hey, get back to the center.
Did she get crushed?
Go. This one.
Yeah.
I'm fast. Oh, you're the other. Yes. I think we're okay. It's good to hear. It's good location.
Yeah, use your shuriken also.
Okay, so good.
For fire enemies. Shuriken, throw
Shuriken for enemies.
from behind your head.
Get ahead. Yes, good. Nice. Yes, good. Woo! That's fire. So nice.
Throw shuriken.
Shuriken.
And avoid middle shot.
Go.
Okay.
That's it.
Nice. Halfway through his house.
Twister.
Right.
Right. Go.
The leg.
Yes, good. Button. Just a little angry.
Smile, but angry.
Nice fighting.
That's so cool. Okay, so now you can revenge.
Okay, revenge.
You're so sweaty.
I know.
Show me.
So, we finished our ninja experience.
Yeah. It was really fun.
It was very cool.
It was really, really fun.
Yeah.
And it was a great workout. Anyway, ninja was fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun. And it was a good workout, and I wish I had like a whole VR room like that now, so I could do that every day and just chop zombies.
Yeah.
That's my workout.
It was very difficult.
I did
like,
pretty
fighting,
bad.
It was very hard.
Yeah.
I was so tired and
I
sweaty
feel like
afterwards.
I did way better on the training than I did on the actual
definitely.
fighting. Like, I kept seeing red. So I guess that meant I was getting hit. I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. Like,
yeah, none of my magic attacks worked. They kept saying failed, so...
Yeah, but it was fun. I highly recommend. We'll put the link to the place down below if you're ever in Tokyo. And it's only for foreigners, so if you're visiting here, I highly recommend it. It's really fun, and the people are really nice.
Yeah, they were all very... I was really surprised when those two guys came out of nowhere. I was like, I guess they're the teachers.
Yeah.
Like, because the lady, she was very nice. She asked if she wanted her to film everything for us.
Yeah, that was really sweet.
Which I guess the footage will be before this clip, so you'll see that. But so I was like, how are you gonna film if you're gonna be the one teaching us? Like, what are you talking about? And then those two guys just came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, never mind.
It was a delightful experience.
Yes, very nice.
I'm glad that we did that.
Yep.
And now we are going to walk to the Imperial Palace.
Yep.
Yay, let's go.
Well, I guess it's closed, question mark. They were just kind of ushering everybody out.
There was only people coming out and no one going in, so I was like, well, I guess we can't go in.
No, but it's a nice view of the outside. I like this here because it's like temple thing and like city skyscrapers. Okay, it's fine. But yeah, so I guess we're just gonna head down to Ginza for the theater show and just chill.
Yeah,
which I am.
Maybe we can find ice cream there.
Maybe.
Finally found a place. Becky's stepping up to the plate right now, cooking all our food. Thanks, girl. Okay, good job. Woo! Do you want me to get out of the way? Yeah! Incredible. It looks so beautiful. Put the sauce and flip it again?
Hello.
We're home now. We've been home for a while and just... Well, should we summarize our night?
Well, it all starts with the Kabuki.
So, okay. So we didn't know that this thing was 4.5 hours long. Okay, so we got there, we sat down, I'm thinking oh, it's gonna be like 2 hours. We had all these other plans to do afterwards, and we're looking at the thing, Naomi points out 4.5 hours, and I was like, excuse me? And I was like, no, that can't be real. Like, surely. And then the first act ended and it was like an hour long, which we're already down like 2 hours from 2 acts, and supposedly there was 5 acts. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we convened and we were like, alright, we're gonna go whenever because
pieced out of
this
that.
is too much. We watched 2 acts, which was like about 2 hours, or maybe a little more. And then we were like, no, let's go. So we only watched half of it, basically.
But it was enough.
But it was enough, yeah. We tried to be cultured, but it was certainly an experience. And
yeah, it was interesting.
it was very interesting. I think... Alright, here's the thing. From today, I definitely recommend the Ninja Dojo, the VR Ninja. Definitely recommend it. Kabuki, I don't know if I recommend it. I would say just buy
Yeah.
just buy tickets for one act, because during the day they have it where you can do like a shorter version. Just do that. Don't even bother with the full thing, because we couldn't handle it for more than 2 hours. Like, really, I can't. And also we were like, we're gonna get out of here at 10 o'clock. Like, we
Yeah.
need to get dinner. Like,
Yeah.
we're like, we need to go. So we did that, and then we went to the Okonomiyaki Street, or Monjiaki Street, I don't know, whatever the fuck. And that was also a struggle, because everyone was like, oh, it's full.
Yep.
But no, it wasn't full.
No.
They were just bitches. So
Wow.
whatever. So we were just wandering into every single store, like, hello, 4 people? And they were like, no. So that was
Yeah.
annoying, but then finally we found one. This nice older lady was like, oh, yes, come in. Thanks,
Yeah.
lady, for
Yeah.
serving us in your restaurant. And we got some food, and then we got some ice cream, and we decided not to go to Tokyo Tower, because that would be another 30 minutes away, and just fuck that. So should I explain what this play was about?
Yes, please
Okay,
do.
I'm gonna try.
All right, here we go. Chloe explains Kabuki
Chloe
Theater.
explains. Okay. Yoshitsune Sebon Zakura, one of the greatest classics of Kabuki. So,
Wow, hold on a second. I just want to say, that guy's name is in the title, and I thought he was the bad guy the whole time.
well, here's the thing: is that like
Anyway.
I don't know, because it starts off with like there was some battle between like the Genji people and the what's the other one? Something with a K. KK?
Hey.
KK. Anyway, they were having a fight or a war or something, and that there was 3 generals, and they thought they were dead, but they weren't. And then there's like 2 brothers, and I was confused about who was who, but there's Yoshitsune, his elder half-brother, Yoritomo, who I think wasn't ever actually in it
No.
yet. And he was also like, well, he's like a father to me. And we were like,
Yeah, that was weird.
he's your brother? And me
Yeah.
and Naomi were like, huh? Anyway, so this dude, he was... What was he doing in the beginning? What even happened in the
don't
first
know.
act?
They gave
him the drum. So I thought it was the Emperor, but it was not the Emperor. It was some other dude that was some high up guy. Because the Emperor was actually a child that was pretending to be another child. We'll get to that. Anyway, he's like, I'm gonna give you this drum. And this drum means that you have to kill your brother. Because he's bad. I think.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, I don't want to do that. He's like, well, if you say no, then that's treason. He was like, well, okay then. I'll hit the drum. And then this dude came, he sent someone there to be like, hey, I know that you got this drum, and that means that we're at war. Or you're at war with your brother. And then Yoshitsune was trying to be like, well, I didn't know that that's what the drum meant. Like, I just took it. I didn't realize that I was initiating war. Like, that's not what I was trying to do. And the guy was like, well, basically your wife is also sketch. So in order to show that you're not a traitor or something, you need to behead your wife. And then we're cool. And he was like, well, let me think about this, because that's a lot to think about. You go rest. So he goes and rests. And then the wife's homie slash also Yoshitsune's lover, question mark? I don't know.
See, was that before that or after? I don't know.
I don't know. This other lady is like, yo, don't kill her. But then the wife was listening the whole time, and she killed herself anyway. She was like, yeah, just do it.
She like stabbed
She
herself.
stabbed herself and was like,
wasn't
"Go
dead.
cut my head off,
for like
y'all."
ever. Yeah, and then she was like, now you can cut my head off. But she was
Can
still alive. When they cut her head
Yeah,
off.
yeah, she was like, you know, I hope my sacrifice will, like, make everything okay, or something, and I was like, this is fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
this is real fucked up. So, oh, and then the other dude, the envoy, or whatever, comes out, and is like, I'll do it, I'll cut her head off. And then he's like, by the way, I'm your father, at the woman that he was killing, because... You know, I slept with some random girl one time, and turned out she was a princess, and, we had a kid, and that was you, and now I'm gonna kill you! And we were like... So
then-
meanwhile, oh no, that wasn't meanwhile because it was the same guy. Yoshitsune, I have to read his name every time because I don't remember what it is. Staying at an inn of this dude, and then the samurais came and they were like, we're gonna get him, and the guy, like the owner of it, was like, no, 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 you're gonna get out of here. And then, but it turns out that he was one of the 3 generals from the beginning that was pretending to be this guy and making him think that he was helping Yoshitsune out, but actually he was trying to kill him. So he was like, yeah, I protected you from these samurai, and samurai are actually fake, they were his homies. And he sent him out into the water, like, oh, go sail away. But they dressed themselves as ghosts.
Yeah. Because they didn't want to reveal that he was actually the general guy. They were like, we're going to pretend to be the ghost of the general guy, because he's dead.
Right. So they have a fight. General dude, what was his name? Tomomori. Oh, Tomomori. He got real fucked up and he was bleeding everywhere, but he was still fighting. Oh, but meanwhile, his wife was not really his wife. She was the wet nurse or something of the emperor, because the emperor was like a little child. And so, yeah, it was saying like his fake wife is the wet nurse, and then his fake child is the emperor, and I was like, what? Like, why is the emperor here? So they just had the emperor for some fucking reason, and then they found out that they like lost the battle. Like, well, we have to kill you now. We have to all go die in the ocean. And I was like, what? Like, why? I don't understand.
Yeah.
So they were trying to like get the kid to drown himself, I guess, but then Yoshi, whatever, his people came and took the emperor, and I think they captured the lady.
Yeah.
This was after all her other ladies already killed themselves.
I know.
There's a lot of suicide in this story.
God.
Let
Only
me tell
the
you.
girls, though.
Yeah, just kill all the women, whatever. But anyway, so they got him. So meanwhile, good old Tomomori, he's all fucked up and bleeding everywhere, but he's still fighting, and he sees that Yoshitsune, that he has the emperor now, and he's like, I hate you, I'm gonna kill you, blah blah blah. He's trying to fight, but he's like dying. And then I don't remember the order of events, but basically the emperor was like, don't fight, because you both protected me, so you're both good.
Yeah.
It was like,
Alright.
that's what he sounded like.
The Emperor was by far the best character.
No.
He was a little child, and right when he appeared, I was like, I hope this child
I thought it
does
was not a
things.
human. I thought it was a doll. Like,
He
straight
was
up.
adorable.
Straight up, it started talking. I was like, is that a person? Like,
He was cute.
no.
He was the best character. Okay?
Alright,
he
whatever.
saved it. He saved
No.
it. He saved Act 2. Everyone else's voices were more annoying than him. He was doing
the
his
worst.
best.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
He was like,
And then,
anyway.
I guess Tomomori was like, I guess I'm dying, but instead of just dying of my wounds, like I have been, I'm gonna tie myself to an anchor and drown myself in the ocean. I don't know why, but that's what he decided to do, and literally he was dying for like an hour. And I'm not exaggerating, like, I turned to Naomi like, is he dead yet? Because he'd been like, for like ever, and then he like hobbled up the hill for 10 years, wrapped the rope around him, wrapped it around him like 10 times, like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Then he grabbed the anchor and is like, whoa, whoa. Then he throws the anchor and the rope goes for 10 years, and then he falls off. Then it becomes space, and there's like all these lights, and we're like, is he still dying? Is this heaven? And then he comes out, his ghost comes out and ascends to the ceiling like he had like wires, and I was like, is he gonna fly around? And he just like ascended to heaven, I guess? And that went on for like 10 more minutes, and I was like, can he just die? Like, enough! And then that was the end of Act 2, and we're like, alright, we're done with this. So, I don't know what happens in the rest of the story. I'm just gonna read this. It came with a summary of the story here, so I'm gonna read the summary for the rest of The Heikei commander, Taira no Koremori, now lives disguised as Yasuke, the humble apprentice of a sushi shop. Knowing of the bounty on Koremori's head, the ne'er-do-well, Gonta, hands over Koremori's head, as well as his wife and daughter, to the Genji commander. However, it turns out that he only pretended to kill Koremori. In fact, he sacrificed his own wife and son to save the real Koremori and his family. Tadanobu and Shizuka come to see Yoshitsune in Yoshino. There's a lot of Y things in this. This Tadanobu, which he's different than the other one, I don't know, is actually a fox, which took on human form to be close to the precious drum, which is made from the skins of his fox parents. Touched by this, Yoshitsune eventually gives him the drum, and that's all it says for the summary of what happens.
What?
So, yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what the real story is, but it was fucked up. I was like, this story is whack. Yeah, if you go here, I would say maybe do the short ones and not that, because it's too much.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess that concludes today.
Yeah.
Emperor scene. That's not the Emperor. She's holding the Emperor up and getting ready to jump off the cliff. Oh, well, he's not talking. Anyway, goodbye. Get rid of this.